Hello everyone, I'm HR Dynamics Digital Reporter. In this episode, I'll spend several minutes highlighting this week's major HR news and sharing practical analysis on how these developments affect daily management and business strategy from an HR perspective. This week's update covers critical shifts in Hong Kong's labor market, including rising unemployment, moderated salary growth, and significant policy changes impacting various sectors. Our first item focuses on the latest unemployment figures, which show a concerning trend for the region. Hong Kong's unemployment rate climbed to 3.9% in the third quarter, marking its highest level since the post-pandemic period. This was accompanied by a stable underemployment rate of 1.6%. The most affected sectors include social work and construction, reflecting structural weaknesses rather than just seasonal factors. Unemployed persons reached 155,600, an increase of 4,600 from the previous period. For HR leaders, this uptrend signals the need to reassess hiring budgets and focus on internal mobility. Chris Sun, Secretary for Labor and Welfare, warned of ongoing challenges in some sectors due to economic restructuring and external uncertainties. Retention may become easier as job switch pressures decline, but engagement risks rise during economic uncertainty. HR should also prepare contingency plans for potential government stimulus programs. Next, we delve into the latest figures on employee pay rises, which indicate a significant slowdown. Average pay rises dropped to 2.7% this year, the lowest since the COVID-19 pandemic. This figure is down from 3.2% in 2024, marking a notable decline. The decline points to companies prioritizing cost containment amid continued geopolitical and economic volatility. The HKIHRM survey, covering 167 companies, revealed this trend. With inflation around 2 to 3%, real wage gains are minimal, risking employee dissatisfaction. Employers predict an average increase of 3.5% for 2026, though many remain undecided. HR should benchmark sector pay, explore non-monetary incentives like flexible work or wellness programs, and communicate transparently with staff to set realistic expectations. Prioritizing high performers for differential increases is also crucial. Our third report examines the Greater Bay Area Pay Survey, revealing Hong Kong's position relative to its neighbors. The latest GBA Pay and Benefits survey shows Hong Kong's average pay rise was 2.5%, lower than previous years, but still ahead of other Greater Bay Area cities like Macau at 1.6% and Guangdong cities at 1.8%. Notably, turnover rates for managerial staff dropped significantly, suggesting the emigration wave may be easing and talent pipelines stabilizing. Middle/supervisory staff turnover fell to 9.8% from 12.5%. Employers should consider freezing graduate intake if growth is limited and invest in the development of retained mid-career staff. Starting salaries for bachelor's graduates remained unchanged at 19,500 Hong Kong dollars. This shift in turnover rates, the first since 2018 for senior staff, suggests a structural change and a cautious return of confidence in the labor market. Moving on, we address the critical situation in the construction sector, facing widespread wage freezes. For November, wages in 15 out of 16 key construction trades will remain frozen, with only excavator operators seeing a slight 3.2% increase. This is unprecedented in over a decade. This poses risks of skilled workers moving to higher wage regions, exacerbating existing labor shortages. 13 trades have endured wage freezes for 2 consecutive years, deepening the sector's crisis. HR in construction must now consider enhanced non-wage benefits, leveraging technology and government training initiatives to offset retention and productivity challenges. This includes collaborating with the government on training subsidies. The union has called for economic revitalization and expanded job matching services, signaling potential policy shifts to address the sector's challenges. Our fifth item covers significant regulatory changes announced in the latest policy address. The 2025 policy address announced statutory minimum wage reviews will become annual, not biennial, from May 2026. This change aims to balance inflation and economic growth. The Foreign Worker Supplementary Labor Scheme will tighten, extending local recruitment periods and mandating attendance at job fairs. Enforcement against illegal workers will also intensify, with a dedicated hotline established. Expect new compliance burdens and unpredictable wage costs. HR needs to update hiring timelines and audit documentation processes to ensure full compliance with new policies, especially for the F&B sector. The Interdepartmental Task Force Against Illegal Employment held its first meeting in October, signaling a permanent, high-priority crackdown. Next, we examine the significant increases in work injury compensation rates. Starting January 2026, reimbursable medical expenses for work injuries will jump significantly. For outpatients, the daily rate increases by 67%, from 300 Hong Kong dollars to 500 Hong Kong dollars per day. Death and permanent incapacity compensations will also increase, along with funeral expenses. For example, inpatient and outpatient rates combined rise from 370 Hong Kong dollars to 700 Hong Kong dollars, an 89% increase. Employers, especially in high-risk sectors, should prepare for higher insurance premiums and update claims administration procedures. This strengthens worker protection, but also raises compliance costs. HR leaders should request updated insurance quotes, review safety programs, and communicate these changes to employees to ensure transparency and preparedness. Finally, we highlight a surprising surge in manufacturing wages, contrasting with overall wage moderation. Manufacturing workers saw salaries rise by an impressive 12.5% year-on-year to 22,500 Hong Kong dollars, leading all sectors. This is the highest sectoral increase, contrasting with overall wage moderation. Median earnings across Hong Kong rose 5.2%. This manufacturing revival, driven by high-tech and advanced industry growth, signals intensified competition for technical talent. Sectors with slower wage growth, such as construction, may struggle with retention as workers shift to better-paid roles. HR in manufacturing should focus on talent attraction and retention strategies. This double-digit earnings growth in manufacturing is the first in over a decade, highlighting a significant shift in the labor market dynamics. HR Dynamics is a professional human resources company. In addition to offering recruitment, headhunting, training, and a variety of HR management programs for companies, we also provide career planning services for working professionals to enhance workplace competitiveness. If you need our services or would like a written report of this week's analysis, please email dc@hrdhk.com. Thank you for listening. Wishing you all the best, stable business growth, and happy, safe employees. Lastly, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. See you next week.